So today is the first session of bow time. Well, we all have lots of time, like fiddle time, but sometimes you don't have enough bow time in our lives. So I thought I would dedicate maybe a series of videos talking about the intricacies of the bow. And like one of my private instructors said when I was in high school, he said, any monkey can play the violin, but only a human being can play the bow. So, yes, I agree that bow is probably the more difficult part of the instrument. But today, we won't even have bow time. We're going to have pencil time. So, we're going to go straight back to the absolute fundamentals of the bow. Here I got my Ticonderoga Black No. 2 pencil. It's a virgin pencil. It's been untouched. You may want to use maybe a fatter pen or maybe even a highlighter. But for right now, I'll use my Ticonderoga Black. Now, there's some, let's say this pencil is on, I don't know, the palm of your hand. But you have to figure out how you're going to pick it up, right? We can pick it up like this, lots of different ways to pick it up. But what you need to do is try and pick it up with these fingers, kind of like this. You see, it's kind of like a 1, 2, 3, right? Kind of in order. That gives you a little bit of this function right here. Yeah. So again, when you're picking it up, kind of do a little pinch. Like a little pinch like this. Yeah. It's okay if you shake. I'm shaking. It's fine. And the more relaxed and lighter you grab it, you might shake a bit more, but the point is to be as relaxed as possible. Right? Now you might already notice I'm naturally kind of leaning my hand this way. My hand is not perfectly flat, like this. It's more leaning this way. But that's for another time. So now once you pinch it this way, just try and have these other two fingers supporting the pinch. And try to keep it kind of like a monkey's paw at this moment. Try to grab it with kind of your fingertips. Just giving yourself a good idea on how to hold a pencil very steady and strong. Just using your fingertips. Monkey's paw, alright? And it's alright to kind of fiddle around with what the correct spacing is for your hand. Right now, all you just want to do is grab a little monkey's paw, alright? Very nice and steady. Okay. Now the problem is, this is more natural to me. What's really tough is when you're trying to grab it like this. How do you grab it like this? You see, to get this perfectly straight like this, my thumb is already kind of in this zone, whereas it used to be in this zone. So try and bend it this way, bring the thumb back to this pinch. This is a lot easier to hold. Again, this is what's needed to hold it like this. I don't think that's right. Just like this. Pinch right here. These guys are just along for the ride. Again, you get this kind of nice arc this way. Alright? Alright. Now once you've got that going, the next step is to be comfortable with your fingers extending. Try and hold the pencil gently, extending the fingers. Just try and do all sorts of of little wiggles with your hands and try to keep the pencil really well in control. It's okay to get off your fingertips a little bit and roll a little bit of the pencil. One thing you don't want to do is try and get it too high. You don't need to get it too high. Just kind of do a little wiggle, just kind of like this. Yeah. And take it slowly. Sometimes your fingers will kind of jitter like this. It might not be smooth as like this. It might kind of be like this. And what you gotta do is just take it slow. Get your body used to making these subtle adjustments. Very good. Okay. One last thing that we're going to do today is to try and get your finger extension going with your wrist. So this one's pretty nice to do on the table. Remember, try and get your pinch like this. Get your other fingers kind of on the line. Maybe let's kind of veer off the fingertips. Get a little bit more padding of your finger onto the pencil. And when you start, you kind of want to have the monkey's paw grip, and we're not going to start from up here. This isn't right. We got to keep it level. Monkey's paw when it's level, and when it goes down, just kind of relax. Just let it slack. Just slack. And at the same time, you're letting your fingers naturally bend. Because when you have it on a table, we don't even need a pencil. It's all natural and lax. This is what your hand naturally wants to do. And when you get into the monkey's paw, you just need to clench it up a little bit, and it naturally goes up this way. So that's why it's really important to keep the finger motion with the wrist, because that is what the body wants to do. Excellent. Again, that's all we need to do for today. All we need to do is to be comfortable with our fingers moving around, wiggling the pencil, and also lining the finger movements with the wrist. And you can do this anytime, anywhere, with almost anything. You could do it with a spoon. Again, you can use any school supply. But you don't even need to be a violinist to be able to do this exercise. And sometimes we're not always in touch with our hands and our fingers, and doing this kind of exercise might help you get more adjusted to how the hand is connected to the body. Of course, most violinists they don't really do this. You see, this is kind of more clunky, I guess. But again, if you're not a violinist, of course you can do the same thing on the other hand. See, this one's much harder for me. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the second part of this sequence, which is doing what we just did, but with a bow.